Hello? Hi! Hello everybody! We're back at it again. We're going to we're gonna work on the first sequence that will be an option that you can vote for this particular for this update. Gosh, I think yeah. You know what? I'll start by going over what I finished last week and then what we're gonna do this time. Hi Rotary! Hello! Hello, hello. Okay, so as a review, these are the boards we did last week. The kids are digging into the pie. Oh shoot, I need to have like a utensil in this too. Hold on, I'm gonna draw like a utensil into this bowl. And basically, Taba's looking over at what this other kid's doing, and Hiev is like, Hiev's friggin' going for the big ol' section of the pie that has them on it. And then it's gonna cut over to see Taba's reaction, and then we're gonna get our first thing that we can vote for. I'm gonna be working on the wording of this, but basically, for the first 4 updates, 3 or 4 updates, I don't know if it's 3 or it's gonna be 4, they're like prologue episodes, and we're gonna use that to develop the main character. And this is basically me explaining that, and then it's gonna show now for the first option, like the first choice you can make. And then what we're gonna work on today is like Taba's gonna see Hiev working on this, right? Taba's gonna start sweating, and Taba's gonna remember that Hiev's first reaction to them after they had stared at each other for a bit is that Hiev looks away and doesn't care. And so Taba's gonna be like, it's fine, I'm just gonna eat my own pie. So first choice is Taba feels shy, and they'll just focus on eating food and leave social interactions for later. Now, every single option has positive and negative traits associated with it. I think for this one, I really wanted to emphasize that this option is like the negative trait associated with this is like shyness, right? Shyness, maybe... I didn't want to go necessarily into insecurity because I feel like maybe that's like putting too much into that. Currently, I think it's mostly like Taba is shy, but Taba understands themselves enough to not like push the issue. So I wanted to have the positive trait be self-care. Yeah. That's how that's going. So let's get to work. First of all, though, I'm gonna make sure I put a little spork in this bowl. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick a little spork hanging out. Okay. How you doing, Rotary? How's it going? I'm gonna do something like this. No, that looks weird because it looks like it looks like Shuri is... It looks as though Shuri has their finger on it. So you know what? I'm gonna do this. Oh, sorry! Oh, that must have been really loud. I'm sorry. I like smacked my mouse against the my mic stand. I'm gonna do that, and then in this frame, I'm gonna like... I'm just gonna do something like this, maybe. Sorry, Rotary. Ah! Your days have been fine, just chilling and eating lunch. Happy to hear this. Wait, what are you having for lunch? You must provide food tax for me now. I demand food tax. You have to tell me what you're eating. Describe it in detail. Thank you, thank you. Oh shoot, why did it move? What the? Okay, copy, copy, copy. And then paste it? Okay, there we go. Copy, and then we paste it. Okay. Okay. Alright. Wow, beef 炒饭 from the local place. That's yummy. Yippee, we love to see it. We love to see it.炒饭 so good. That's some good stuff. Craving. Wait, now I want 炒饭, but it's okay. Maybe I'll make some for myself in a couple days. I made like a tomato eggplant and fish dish today. That was pretty good. Tomatoes are so good. Tomatoes in a dish are so good. The place just opened and you love supporting small businesses? Heck yeah! Wait, so true. Same. We love supporting small businesses. Right? Tomatoes taste so good. Like, part of me kind of wonders if people don't like tomatoes because they don't like eating it raw. I would agree. I think like a raw tomato can be challenging to eat sometimes. But if we're talking like... If we're just talking like a nice cooked tomato, that stuff's so good. Stuff's so good. I'm gonna start by drawing Kiev, because Kiev is easier to do from this perspective in particular, because he's just kind of like, they're just like this. Concentrating hard. And we don't need to draw the rest of their face. They're all in shadow. Like so. Now we get to work on Taba. Would you say like 炒饭 is like your favorite Chinese dish? Wait, probably not. That's such a weird assumption to make. I'm like, you're eating 炒饭 must be your favorite dish. Sorry, that's such a weird thing to assume out of nowhere. Hey, what's your favorite Chinese dish? What the? I don't know what came over me. No, I know what happened. I was focusing on Taba too much. Oh, tomato Talpan is really good now that I think about it. It is your fave? Heck yeah. It's so good. Do you know that Taba originally was... My original name for Taba was actually gonna be Jari. I ended up changing it because I felt like Jari is like a name that this character would choose for themselves. So I wanted it to be like... This is like secret lore that still might occur. But I wanted Taba to have like a birth name and then maybe like an online pseudonym that they go by later. And the online pseudonym would be Jari. But we'll see, you know, maybe Taba will not be changing their name, actually. I've also made Taba's face not round enough. Give me some of that baby fat. There we go. There's the baby fat. I also want Taba to have thick eyebrows. But I guess like if they keep their hair down, you're never going to know like how thick their eyebrows are. Hello Ashy, yeah, we're so this is I'm working on one of the first choices that you can vote on. I'm working on it. So as like a bit of a review, the style of my web series is a choose your own adventure, right? So there is like eventually there will be like a choice that people can vote on about like, oh, how do we want this character to behave? And what do we want their personality to be like? So this is like, I'm working on like the first option for it now. And also I realize other eye probably goes like this. I need to draw the other eye. I can't just kind of like eviscerate it. Does that look weird? A little bit, right? Let me... You know what? We cover up this whole eye. Let's do it. This eye, Gonzo. You think Taba rolls off the tongue really well? Taba. That's true. Taba does. I'm glad. I definitely wanted to choose names for the characters that roll off the tongue really well, so I'm glad Taba does so. Jadi. I think Jadi is a little bit... Taba, Jadi. Yeah, Taba is easier. Taba's a little bit easier. If it helps, I feel like Jadi is less like Jari, because I think Jari is a little harder. It's like Jadi. It's... How do I describe how the vowels are pronounced? Jadi. The J is very soft on Jadi. Maybe that doesn't help as much as I think it does. Nice. Okay. The Taba is starting to have like the big poofy hair that I really wanted to go for. When I was drawing Taba earlier, I was like, no, the hair is not enough. Must be poofier. We're getting there. Oh, you get it? You get it? Okay, okay, okay. Oh. I feel like as the creator, I'm already becoming like very attached to Taba. I can only hope that as you guys continue to weave Taba's fate, you too will be attached. Oh shoot, 1 second. I need to be right back. Hi, I'm back. Appropriate poof level has been achieved. So true, so true. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Taba, so baby. Taba, you are such a little baby. You know, life is gonna be hard, but I wish you luck. Oh, I'm like gazes at my own, gazes at small baby character affectionately. Life is gonna be hard. Good fucking luck. No, no, no. It's gonna be okay, Taba. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, Taba. Okay? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna have so much fun. I'm sure like the people voting on your future will be so nice to you. Yeah, don't worry. I'll treat them so kindly. It's gonna be totally good and okay. Don't you worry. You've got nothing to worry about. We're gonna all be so lovely to Taba. Like, jokes aside though, I feel like as someone with a fairly like soft and like so of like I guess like I'm easily swayed into writing kinder stories for characters. As someone like that, I have no doubt that, you know, it's gonna be okay for Taba. Like, even if you guys choose the rowdiest options for Taba, I feel like I'm still gonna like weave a story with like where like, you know, there's like happy results and, you know, the characters have a good time, more or less. I think, at least. You know, this is my first web series. I don't really know how things are gonna go. I think I'm like a nice overlord. Overlord? Why did I just say overlord? Hey. I think I'm a nice author. I'm nice. Hey guys, I'm nice. Okay, I want Tawa to be there. Yes. And then there's those choices, and then there's Taba. This one was like Taba sweating. Mother. More like this. There's part of me that hates that I'm centering Taba so much in the frame, but I want to leave a little bit of room to Taba's right. Because I want I want Taba to think of something and then it's gonna like okay, that made you even smaller, Taba. I want Taba to think, and there's like a thinking bubble that comes out from Taba's right. What am I hiding? No! I'm not hiding anything. So this pops a bit and I don't really know why. I feel like it shouldn't because the difference in scale is pretty big. Right, this is like really close and this is kind of far. I don't know why it's popping. I'll leave it like this for now. I don't know how to fix this, so I won't try. I won't bother. Okay, Taba, you'll be like this color. I mean this shade. Okay, and then we're gonna ignore this frame because I'm gonna change the lettering, etc, etc. It's just a repeat of this frame, and then repeat of this frame, and then now we're going to make edits, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this frame. I'm gonna move it here. And we're gonna duplicate this, and we're gonna start doing the little edits. Ooh, I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. This is a very subtle, like, character emotional shift. I feel like as much as I feel like I get like a decent amount of practice doing expressions, but still, like, it can be like a little hard. And then maybe we can like pull this down, shrink it a little bit to be like eek. I'm gonna wiggle you a little bit. Just like a little bit of movement. But yeah, expressions can be really hard. I feel like it's one thing to draw an expression just for an illustration because like that feels a little bit easier to do. When you're drawing expression changes in a sequence, that feels way harder. Oh, another possible expression I could have Taba do is very much like... I think I want the sweat to come in really fast. I don't want like a slow progression. I want like... What if I got rid of... No, that's too strong of an emotion. Oh, I know what to do immediately. I could have Taba look maybe up to like... Like, oh, Taba is remembering something. What is Taba remembering? Oh, he has dismissal. Okay, so to do this, we will have this shot, and then I'll show that there begins to be a little bit of thinking in the corner here. I'm gonna copy paste these, Control C. Well, I mean, Alt. Alt C, Alt V, and then here, the fog will become bigger. I'm trying to remember if I have... Oh, yeah. Okay, so Taba will actually be thinking, and Taba will be thinking here, like, I kind of get the sense they don't want anything to do with me. Ah. Oh, we love social anxiety. We love feeling social anxiety at a tender young age. Okay, this is the moment. Okay. We're gonna copy paste these frames. I'm having a grand old time here. Oh, it just feels like we've come so far. We still have a bit of ways to go before I finish this update. There's a few more frames I still have to edit. There's like I have to basically draw the sequences for a couple more edits and actions, but still it's like, oh, we're getting so close. It's exciting. Yeah, you will be so small in the frame, it'll be like this. Like this. The fog will actually be maybe like down here, so I can actually see what's in the fog mostly. C, Control V. Oh, if only I could. Yeah, you make this fog like way bigger. Oh, there we go. Yeah, haha. It feels good to work on a project for so long and then to see it slowly start to get somewhere and you're like, ooh, yes. I think I've always been someone who is willing to stick with projects for a very long time. Like, I don't really ever fully quit a project unless everyone else on the team has quit. So it's cool to be really into a project that, like, I guess it's like it's cool to really be in a project and like not or like this particular trait of mine is useful. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy I continue to stick with this. I'm so glad. Like, I guess I definitely could have quit earlier, but I didn't. And, yeah. Now I'm, now we're so close to seeing the first update. I just have to keep sticking with it. I have to keep sticking with it. I think as a beginner to making comics, web series, and animatics, long form content, sequence content, visual content, I don't know how to pace myself just yet, and I don't know how to put things out in a way where it doesn't take too long, but also I'm not rushing myself. I haven't found my pacing yet. I haven't found my balance yet. So I really need to like keep sticking with this until I find my balance. And that's exciting to think about. I really think I can make this work. I just gotta keep at it. Okay. And then something like this, maybe. Let's do that. Boop, boop, boop. Hi, Valky. Hello. Hi. How was your week? But yeah, so we're working on boards for one of the first options you can choose in terms of Tava's personality. Very excited for that. Very excited. But basically, so the updates we're working on right now are... they're like the prologue, basically. They're designed so that you guys, like the audience, can vote on the personality of what the main character will be. And how we're gonna determine their personality is kind of by choosing how the character reacts to certain situations. And I'm working on one of the first choices right now. Fun, fun, fun. We're finally getting to the point on working on this web series where the end is in sight. It's in sight. It's still a distance away, but it's in sight, and that's very exciting. Pretty good so far. Nice to hear. Okay, so this frame is like they're like looking towards camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and be like this. And then I think for this frame, it's gonna be something like every time I do expressions, it does feel better when I break the character model a little bit to make the expressions a little goofier. Okay, maybe... I need to think about this. New Game Plus? Wait. Okay, so remind me again what New Game Plus is. Is New Game Plus like if you die, you get to restart again, but you get like more stats? If so, I can't see myself utilizing a New Game Plus for this particular arc season. Like basically my current plans are I would love to, like, when I wrap up the story for these particular characters, I would love to do future series that still take place in this universe but are like a different genre or have like a different setting. Having a New Game Plus for that one? If I ever do an action series, I could see a New Game Plus. Once you beat the game, you get to do it all over again to see the other endings. That's too much work! That's too much work! That's too much work. No, I think in this case, it would be more fun if there was no New Game Plus. I think it would be more fun if it was like, you never know what happens if you choose the other options. I won't tell you. Or maybe I'll tell you, but I'll be like vague about it. If you guys are good, I'll tell you what would happen if you chose something different. But in general, I think it's more fun in this case if you guys never know. Maybe I'll be nice and like throw some crumbs. I want him Everett to be insane. Wait, New Game Plus sounds so fun though. I feel like you have planted a worm in my brain that wants me to do New Game Plus. You had the same hair as Taba? Good. This is a great hairstyle. have to keep things secret. I can't say anything. I will not reveal anything about anything that will happen if you choose either any of these choices. I will keep my mouth shut. I can do this one thing. Lant, you can do this one thing. You could keep your dang mouth shut. I'll keep my mouth so shut. I'm not gonna say anything. I feel like working on the series is gonna teach me perseverance. Because at any given moment, I'll be like, I want to reveal secrets so badly. If you choose this option, this will happen. But if you choose this option, that will happen. I mean, it's not even like... I feel like the choices you make are not even like hugely like, oh, this character dies if you make this choice. Or like, they don't die if you make that choice. It's nothing that drastic. But I think it's serious, like the changes you're making to Taba are like serious enough that it does affect a lot of the choices you can make further down the line. It affects like entire arcs, I would assume. What is their hairstyle called? I want to say their hairstyle is really messy. I don't think there's not really a name for it, but it's like very wild and messy. By the way, this was a hairstyle that was also voted on a long time ago, like several months ago. I had a stream where I was designing how Taba looked, and people could vote on what kind of hairstyle Taba would have, and this was the hairstyle that won. Everyone was like, give Taba the wolf hairstyle. I mean, I guess this is wolf? Maybe this is the closest term to this would be a wolf cut, I guess. You're like, give them the really like wolf cut, bushy, wild? Give him the wild haircut. And I'm like, okay. Don't I already sign hundreds of NDAs because of my job? Yes. But I feel like it's easier not to talk about my job because I feel like there's like less to reveal, right? Like worst case scenario, like you know that like Shadow was like revealed lately, right? Well, no, Shadow was revealed a while ago, but Shadow's voice actor was revealed. I guess like stuff like that, like whether or not certain characters will appear for certain series, that can be a little bit like more like, ooh, I wish I could just tell my friends that in the next movie they're gonna see this character. But I think like other than that, there's not really that much juicy details to reveal about my work. So surprisingly enough, I think this is more like tempting, for sure. Because I usually, like, even in my work, they give me like a short sequence out of the whole thing. So I'm only seeing like a small chunk of what the story is. They do that on purpose so that it makes it easier, one, to like if there is a leak, to figure out who leaked it, and two, to make it so that there's less for people to leak. But yeah. Did you know that for a lot of these movies and stuff, when they give you the script, they will like print your name huge on the script. So if the script gets leaked, your name is on it. So they know that you did it. Yeah, they have a lot of like really interesting safeguards. They take spoilers very seriously, for good reason. Yeah, your name is like huge and printed on like the script as like a huge watermark. That's so menacing. It is. It's very menacing. They're like, you better think twice. You better watch it. You're like, are you sure about this? Are you really sure about this? I forgot Tappa's wings. Hold on, I'm putting the wings in. Tappa's wings are like super small at this stage. I think this is like an appropriate height. Tappa's wings will get much bigger over time. You don't think even the government is that worried about leaks? Yeah, Paramount's like, you better think twice. Don't even try it. Okay. There we go. I really like this expression. This is such a fun expression. Maybe if I do... Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna copy paste this frame into the previous one. Oh shoot, wrong one. That's the wrong Taba. Okay, this one. Did I just leak something? No? Nah. I think having your name printed on scripts is fairly standard procedure in a lot of these places. Don't you worry. I would not leak information. The NDAs are nothing to sneeze at. Okay, so I think this is the shot I want to go with. I'm trying to decide if I want it to be this or if I want it to be this, but I think while I like how tiny these guys are in this frame, I don't like that I might have to like draw the background a little bit too much. I want it to be very simple. I want these ending frames to be very like... How long do NDAs last? I believe until, well, so it can vary, right? So some companies, their NDAs are like, once the movie comes out, you're fine. You can like talk about it and stuff. But I need to like double check, 'cause I think some places, they're like, you can never publicly post any of the boards you do for it. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was something like that. They're like, even though the show has come out now and it's been out for a long time, you cannot post the boards for it. And I'm not talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I think this was for the TV show. And I can't remember which one it was because I think there's like 3 Teenage Mutant TV shows, right? There's like 3 of them. 2, 3? But for one of them, I know that you're not supposed to. And I only know this because I had a teacher that worked on it. And she was like, yeah, you can never post your boards for those. If you do show them, you have to put them in a part of your portfolio that is password protected. And then you would share the password with like employers if you wanted them to look at your boards. Do I want this or do I want this? I like them being this tiny. Okay, hold on. I like them being this tiny. Is there a soft limit? I don't know. I don't know. I think from what I can understand, they don't want you posting boards because... This is just my guess. I think they sometimes don't want you posting boards in certain NDAs because they don't want fans to be like, oh, why didn't we get that? So I guess in that case, I could see why the NDA is there, and I can see why they want it to last forever, because they don't want like 5 years later for people to be like, oh, we could have had this. Why didn't they let us do this? Look at these boards. They're so much cooler than what we got in the story. So, yeah, I could definitely see that being like a potential reason. Oh, wait, I already did draw a background here. Wait, I'm just gonna take this. You're mine! I'm taking the format for this one. In fact, I'm going to maybe bring this whole thing a little bit lower. Like a decade or two? Maybe like a decade or two, they would maybe care less. Maybe it's like one of those things where like... No, I'm not gonna give legal advice. Never mind. I have nothing to say. I don't know. I do not know. You know what? I don't know enough about NDAs to say whether or not there is a soft limit. Hey, if you're a board artist listening to the stream right now, or if you're listening to the stream in the future, you know, do your research. Do your research. Maybe like, you know, ask your director. Okay, I think we'll just use this sizing. We could make it smaller, but I think this is maybe fine. Disclaimer, I'm in fact not a legal expert. I'm just here. Hold on, I'm like looking at the others. You probably can't even tell what I'm doing here. I'm just looking at the other selections I've made to see if this framing is too big. Maybe it is a little bit too big. You know what? I'm gonna cheat it a little bit. You become smaller. Good. Like this. And lower, like that, maybe. I like it. I like this. It's fine. I'll just do this or something. So what I'm doing right here is I'm trying to decide how much detail do I want to put into this background, because this background is kind of going into the realm of like not being accurate, because there are other characters in the foreground and in like the background, but I only want this to show the two kids. I'll just leave it as. I think this is maybe fine. It's a little bit simple, but I'll just leave it as is. It's an artistic choice that I'm making here. Okay. You become smaller. Cute. Okay, so basically I just need Taba to get a spoonful, and then that will be the end of this interaction. The pan, here's the kids. I'm gonna... Okay. We're gonna format it like this. I want a new layer that's just like the bowls. And then I'm gonna depict the characters like behind the bowls. We're layering, baby, we're layering. Say I'm gonna move this down a bit, because that makes more sense. Just like based off of my own instincts, that makes more sense to me. There's a bowl. Hi, Ellie! Wait, Ellie! I listened to your recharge song. It's so cute. It's so good. Ellie, I always love your music. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope, you know, you had a good lunch. Hope you're doing so good. Yippee! Okay, let's do that. And I'll put the pans on top of everything. The pan will be... The pan's like a little bit closer to us. I'm gonna go... I'm gonna make it like a dark a dark gray. You're feeling awesome? Yay! That's good to know. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Nice! Congrats. Oh my gosh. Ellie animation arc? Let's hecking go. Make a Taba layer. Oh, let me actually show you what I'm doing as well, Ellie. So I'm getting into the portion of my web series where I'm drawing the different options that people can choose for their choose your own adventure portion of this web series. So the first few updates will be like a prologue for the story. And in this prologue, you have choices you can make that determine how the main character is like what their personality and character is like. So I'm entering into like the first multiple choice option. And in this one, it's like basically the main character is a kid, and how this main character interacts with this other kid will be like the medium in which you help the audience helps decide like how this character will be like. But yeah, they're sharing pie. I mean, sorry, will they share pie? We'll see. The first option is like the main character looks over and sees that the other kid is trying to like get a piece of the pie. They're being the other kids. They want the part of the pie that looks like them, and they're kind of struggling with it. And the main character's like, "What do I do here?" And the main character's like, actually, I think this other kid was not interested in interacting with me. So, you know what? I'm just gonna eat my own pie, and that's fine. So yeah, that's the first interaction. And what if you guys choose this option, basically it's the option where like the main character feels shy, and then they'll like just eat their food and focus on leaving social interactions for later. So the negative trait that the main character will get if you choose this option is that they're like shy, but the positive trait is that they understand like self-care, like they care enough about themselves and they understand their own self adequately enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna talk later, maybe. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for thinking it's very cute. I'm excited to work on like the various options. That's like option 1, and there's like other options as well. Yeah, gosh, I love working on my web series. Yippee! I love working on this web series. But yeah, I need to like establish to people that this is very much like a slice of life. Like I need to establish the genre very quickly, because I think it's not immediately clear, but this is basically, my web series is a slice of life that is set in like a magical fantasy realm that's like very like futuristic magical fantasy world, and the main character is just going to art school. Oh, specifically they're going for game dev. They just want to be a game dev. But yeah, and I need to make that clear. I feel like some people to which I've like shared my world building with, they're like, oh, this could make such a cool like action adventure story. And I'd be like, yeah, I might do that one day. But definitely I think I'm very interested in the idea of like, this is such a magical heavy world with a lot of world building involved. But no, I am just No, this is just a story about going to art school. It's just a slice of life. That way I think like, you know, people can have the right expectations for it, and if this is not their genre, they can be like, okay, cool, I'm getting off the train, and then maybe one day in the future, you know, they'll get back on the train when I work on a genre that they're interested in, perhaps. You love that? Hui! Hui! Heck yeah. I would love to commission more music for this web series one day. Well, one day. I feel like, you know, I really got to establish the general vibes of this web series more. I just think it's so hard to tell people what this series is about. I kind of just have to show them. So I'm like, I need more before I can really ask people to, I can really commission people to make work for it. But yes, you were on the train for a chill slice of life. Whee! Yay! Yippee! I need pitch material, so true. Kind of like a film pitch before a web series instead. Yeah, something like that. Like, I still remember like sharing about this web series. I still remember telling you about this web series, and even now I'm just like, I wish I did a better job of selling what this is about. It's just, it's so incredibly I think the vibes are like very specific. I loved what you made for it though. What's so good? Okay, they're looking up and they're going, ugh. And I'm gonna have them, I'll have them like lean forward, grab some food, and then just like kind of like stare at their food. Okay, Taba, it's time for you to lean forward. Get that grub. I leave it to you. Bloop. You still want to release that one day? Heck yeah, heck yeah. You should! It is fully, you know, it's yours, so you know. Would love to see more Ellie tunes. You know, Ellie, if you're ever down, I know we talked about you being in the universe as like someone who makes music in the town, I'm still super down to put you in the universe if you are down. Just like as a little homage. I mean, I guess like I want to say like regardless of if you want to participate in making like tunes for like if you change your mind in the future and you're just like, oh, I don't have time to like make music for this web series, like regardless of how you feel about it, I just want you to know that I would love to include you in the story as like just like a little like image? What is the term for it? But yeah, I would love to just include you in there anyways. As just like, oh yeah, the person who like came up with the popular chord progression of this area. You will always have a place in Interconnections. You wanted to work the lyricist for the lyric more on that song. Yeah. I think for me, it was just like as I was working on it, I realized like, oh, I don't think I don't think I'm at the point where I could... What can I say about this? I think as I was working on it, I realized that I wasn't at the point in working on my web series when I could comfortably instruct people on how I want things like a theme song to be formatted, or like how I would want the lyrics for the theme song to go. Because I remember just seeing the lyrics and being like, this is this is maybe in the completely wrong direction, but I don't know how to put that into words, and I'm not sure how to put it in the right direction. I'm just like, man. And then I was just like, I don't think I can put more money into this. Like I was like, no, I need to hit the brakes. I can't put more money into this. I don't actually think I'm ready for this. But yeah, you know, I mean, feel free to just like, this is like your song now. I mean, well, not your song now. It was always your song, but like, feel free to, you know, put whatever lyrics you would like for it. Don't you worry. Whatever lyrics you would like. You know, if I ever am like, oh, I would like to use this song and I prefer different lyrics, we could write different lyrics for it. Probably, right? Oh, I need Taba to really like... Get up there, Taba! Leak. Taba, you gotta like really climb up to get it. You're so small. I feel you, Ellie! Like, it's... I feel you. It's like as time goes on, I also feel like I become more prepared. It's almost like, it's weird because it's like, I guess like I'm not constantly working on this web series, but like over time I'm beginning to understand more about what I need to do to make something more interesting and likable. And thank you for understanding, Ellie. I do feel like a little bit... Yeah, do I feel more prepared to instruct people on how to write lyrics for a theme song? A little bit, but I definitely am like, I need to have more updates of my web series out. And yeah! Yes, Lucky. Ellie was the one who wrote my theme song. The music is so good. The lyrics was... I had hired a lyricist. I guess it's like a bit of an indie lyricist to work on it. And I think it was the lyric part that I needed to be better at like instructing. They're quite capable. It's just like I don't know how to. I feel like I have sensibilities for how I want music to sound, but when it comes to lyrics, I need to like get better at like instructing people on that. Ellie's music, I love Ellie's music. I'm like, oh yummy, you knocked it out of the park. You knocked it out of the park, Ellie. Okay, there we go. This is maybe a bit more like... Wait. I'm sorry, Taba. I can't bring myself to care about drawing the in-betweens for this frame. I'm just gonna have you put the stuff on the plate. I've always really liked your lyrics, Ellie. I think I enjoy simple lyrics because I think ultimately I care more about the music than I necessarily do about lyrics. I mean, you know, having deep lyrics is really fun. And like, I'm always going to really, really value that. But I really like your lyrics. Nice. Okay. Good. This is what I needed. Let's go! Yay! Okay. It's coming together. I'm frothing at the mouth. I feel like I've just been kind of like chugging away on my boards this whole time and being like, okay, we're making progress. But now I'm like, ooh, we're making progress. The excitement. It's growing. It's growing. Oh yeah, feel free to ask, Ellie. Tell me all about it. I need to make Taba's head bigger. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, Taba looks like they're like A tier. But I'm like, no, Taba's way younger. And I'm like, how do I make Taba look younger? Oh, I need the head to be even larger. I need Taba to have truly like the big like toddler head proportions. And maybe I need the spoon to be bigger too. Maybe spoon. You have a music video idea in your head, but you're not sure how to get started. Let's see. You don't know if you want to animate or do you want to do a shot list first, and how would I do it? I would definitely do a shot list first. I think it's very easy to just like start animating and then midway through go like, oh no, I want to change everything. So definitely I think having a shot list and really locking that down is like a good, that's like a good way to go about things. Oh my gosh, Taba, your head is huge. Okay, does Taba maybe match like these frames? Because Taba looks extra baby here. I think these work. Fine. Taba is not beating the small child allegations. If you have a music video idea in your head, I would definitely do like a shot list first, you know, just like lay it all down, kind of ponder it. And then what I would do is when you start getting into the animations of it, I would treat it as a storyboard first, and I would do thumbnails for the whole music video, and then I guess I would build the whole thing up cohesively. So for instance, for these boards, like I have everything laid out as like thumbnails, so I really know for sure that I want something before I commit to it. Because I think the biggest time sink is like doing something in detail and then going like, oh no, I wanted it to be different later on. So like you definitely want to like make sure you can like commit before you really go into detail. And I would suggest, I think like looking at some of these boards, this is still too rough. I would not go to finish from this. This was a mistake I made, I think, because the me of a year ago, was this from a year ago? Half a year ago? The me from like a half a year ago to a year ago was being too loose. I would go to this level. I would go to like this level. So like from this, you can build right on top of it. You're 70% of the way done with this drawing already. You would just build on top of it. Try to thumb in a way where you don't have to erase too much. So for this, for instance, I wouldn't have to erase too much, right? Like I would just maybe like select this. This is Taba. Make a new layer. This is Taba. Paste it. Change this to black. Erase this. Put nose here. And do you see how I'm just like building right off of this? I think eyebrows probably is important. Thicker eyebrows. But yeah, like I'm like basically I'm just building off of it. Ta-da! And then there's Taba. Is this what it's like for people to watch you make sounds? Probably. I think I've watched you make music before and I was like, how are you doing that? You're so fast. What the? But yeah. And like that's basically good enough. And like if I really wanted to, I could really go in and be like, okay, maybe I want the mouth to be more like this. Or maybe I'm looking at this and I'm just like, Taba looks too much like a young teenager and I want them to look more baby, so I would just scooch the eyes down a little bit. But I'm I'm just building off of the sketch that I had already put on there. This is the most, like, I think in my opinion, the best workflow to have is to have a sketch that you can just draw right on top of. I'll leave this. I like this little bit peeking out right there. But this is so much faster. This is way faster than what I was doing here because, as you can see, I shot myself in the foot by making these thumbnails impossible to build off of. So I had to like redraw the whole thing. I had to like draw from scratch because the thumbnails are like, what is this? Hey, what's this? What is I kind of know what this is supposed to be, but I like it's so none of it looks structured. It's all so sketched out that like I might as well just erase it and redraw it. But yeah, these are a little bit too like I threw a circle on here without thinking like, okay, the circle, like this should be where the head actually is. This is where the shoulders actually should be. It's like it's too much of the essence and not enough of the structure, I think. But these are structures. But yeah, that would be my suggested workflow. Just thinking about how fast that went, I was like, if only, what was I thinking? I should have made my thumbs as like buildable as possible. It's so satisfying to just like add some lines and be like, it's done! Yippee! Okay, so let me make like a Kiev layer. You're taking big notes right now? Let's go, let's go. Thank you, Mr. Storyboard. Absolutely, you are most welcome. Miss Sound Artist, Miss Musician. Okay, Kiev is like this. I need to show that Kiev is like really focusing here. Oops. Let me find Kiev reference, just so I can make sure this looks as Kiev looking as possible. Yeah, it's pretty close. I think these eyebrows are really messing me up. Just gotta be like, oh, okay, there we go. And then this is more like down here. Kiev's got buttons on. It's basically leaning completely forward. But I think I've made Kiev like too small. Hold on. I've actually too smallified this guy. Oh, and then the eyes. The eyes gotta be bigger. Kiev, you are just such a anime baby. I need your giant anime eyes. Here, I'll put Hiev's tail like here. A little bit lower. Do I plan on coloring? Nah, it would take too long. Yeah, unfortunately, there will not be any color. I can see myself doing colored, like 1 or 2 special colored frames for certain occasions. I guess if people really want to see color, I could try to color, but I also will say though, I don't think coloring is quite my specialty. I can do it. I can do it, but I think, you know, maybe I could hire a colorist one day. I have friends who specialize in like coloring things. So I could reach out to them and be like, "Hey, would you be interested in coloring this frame? Could you do that for me?" Yeah, I colored my PNG. Yes. Here's another Hiev. Here, I'll have Hiev's ear twitch a little bit. Okay. Oops. Okay. Hiev, I copy Hiev. I put Hiev down here. Okay. Okay. Delete this one. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we're making progress. I need to make sure I put in the ropes. Nice. Let's see what time is it. Okay, 4:45. I need to be right back for a little bit, but then I will return. I'm so like, ooh, excited to work on these frames. I'm so excited. I will return in a moment. I'll return in like, I want to say like 15 minutes maybe. I gotta set some stuff down for dinner. I gotta stick it in the steamer. Cook it a little bit, and I'll be back. And then we'll do a few more frames. I want to like complete this section and then start on the second section. We Newman. Okay. I will be right back. Let me stick the credits on. Hello. Yes, be right back. Okay. See you in a little bit. All right, bye-bye. Yahoo! I'm back. Hello, hello. Let me unpin my message. Dismiss pinned message. Okay, that should do it. Unpin message. Okay, there we go. Yay! I'm back. Do some more boards. Okay, where were we? So there was that. Leans forward to grab a bite. And I want this one to be like, oh, choice A, and then what is this? I need to work on the formatting, but more or less that's what it'll be. I think, what's the part? So I usually when I do boards, I like figuring out the part that I want to do the least first, and then I'll do that first. And I think the part I want to do the least is ropes. I don't want to draw the ropes, but I'll do it. I'll do it. That. Go ahead and, yeah, that looks about right. And then there's like another set of ropes here. So this will be... Yeah, I'll just draw all of this in the background. I don't want to have to do any layering. So, no layering, please. No layering. I'll see if I can throw in a little bit of background here too. I realized I forgot to draw the seats. So let me just copy paste this, flip it over, and then see if I can pass it off as see if this is passable. I think it's kind of passable. If I were to do a 1-point perspective around here, yeah. Could maybe move this one a bit more over. Hey, hello. I'm the voice in your computer. I'm making noises. Wee wee wee. Don't you love it? Just a little voice. Is it really loud? Am I really loud? I hope I'm not like super loud. I feel like that would be a bit of a jump scare. I feel like I've tested my audio compared to other YouTube videos. I feel like I'm a bit on the quiet side, so maybe it's more of like a very gentle like, hey, I'm back, guys. I'm just a little voice in your computer, but I'm back. I'm fine? Okay. I see. It's a very good volume? Okay. I'm actually happy about that, because audio is something that I definitely do wrangle a little bit. I'm always like a little bit unsure, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, the volume seems okay, and then I'll like watch like a binging with Babish video, and then it'll be so loud compared to my stream, and I'm just like, maybe it's too quiet. But then again, I also feel like YouTube videos tend to be like fairly loud, right? But maybe I should be louder. I feel like YouTube videos try to match whatever the volume on those commercials are, which can be pretty loud. Maybe I need to be like commercial volume so that you will be ready when the commercials do hit. But I don't think you don't get commercials on YouTube streams though, right? Which is like really nice. So maybe that's not an issue. Maybe only when I'm streaming on Twitch do I need to like think about that a bit. Okay, these lines are so distracting. I'm gonna make them lighter. They're still so distracting. I'm gonna make them matte, like maybe the same as the background? No. Just like slightly darker maybe. No, I want them to pop out even more. Okay, I'm gonna manually alter the shading. Okay, that seems fine. True! YouTube streaming is nice because there's no ads. I will also confess, and I know like not everyone feels this way, this is maybe just me. I also enjoy YouTube streaming because I think rating people makes me nervous sometimes. I think, you know, I love that there is a rating culture on Twitch. I think it helps with discoverability, and I think it's a good thing. I just think I'm a little shy sometimes, so I get like really nervous when I like rate people because I'm just like, what do I say? I don't want to make people uncomfortable. So maybe I'll just say, I'll just keep it short and simple, and then I'll wish them well with their stream, and then I'll scamper away. I feel like also getting rated also makes me nervous. I love it though, because it's an honor to be rated, but I'm Taba right here. This is me. This is me. Hey, option A? Option A is maybe closest to how I would respond. Oh, you've heard of plenty of people that are timid about rating, so it's not uncommon? I see. I'm glad. I'm glad that this is to be expected. Open your mouth, Taba. I just realized now that there's no like... In this situation, there is no... Oh, gosh, what's it called? I don't know what it's called in English, but you know when you have a utensil that everyone shares so that you don't end up... So that the shared object does not get anyone's like saliva on it. I realize there's no like shared spoon that they're using, so I'm like, oh. Okay. This is also like something I'm curious about. Do any of you guys get icked out when you have to like share food and then you're just like, oh, like I have to I'm kind of indirectly eating someone else's like spit? Question mark? Is this anything? I feel like I used to, when I was younger, be like really grossed out by it, but nowadays I'm just like, it's whatever. Tis the downsides of communal eating. I'm like, oh, in this case, if Taba's just eaten it right after, if Taba wants more, does Taba just go for more? Would he be grossed out by it? I don't know. I'm not thinking too much. Because I feel like normally you're supposed to just like keep shoveling however much you want onto your plate before you start eating, right? You kind of have to just like hard commit, and if you want more later, you have to ask for like a new utensil, right? I don't know. Actually, I don't know what people's like. I don't know how people go about this usually. Thank you, Kane! As long as there are separate utensils, then you don't mind. Yeah, like a designated group utensil, right? You know what? In this case, I've changed my mind. I think I want Taba to keep going for more, at least. Taba do be shoveling? How you doing, game? Taba adding more to the plate. Okay, so we got one done. Also, this is no longer Ko-fi, this will be Patreon. I'm gonna save the other for tomorrow. I'm gonna do a little bit of the next one. I want to do a little bit, just a little bit. The crumb. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. I'm so glad we got so far. I'm like looking at the text I've chosen to write for this. I don't know if it's clear enough. We'll figure it out. I just feel like explaining what the prequel is kind of important. There's a part of me that wonders if at the very beginning I should have some kind of introduction, because I think the concept, like the fact that this is a prequel and there's going to be 3 to 4 updates of prequels where you can choose the character does, I think that's like such an important part of like what this is. I should talk about this in the beginning. I don't know, I might have some kind of animation just kind of like explaining this in the very beginning. That's just me muttering. I'm just like, I don't know if I'm portraying this in the most optimal fashion, but it's okay. I won't worry too much about it for now. Okay, so next part. So this is like the same options. Option 2 is going to be Option 2 is just gonna be, you know, Taba's gonna see that Hiev's struggling. Taba's gonna reach over and help Hiev grab a huge chunk and put it on their plate. Taba's gonna be like, this is fine, it's cool. So like option 2 is like Taba helps, and this is 2 positive traits. Taba is empathetic and Taba has good social awareness. But here's the thing. Choice B is the only option of these 4 choices that gives 2 positive traits. But if you choose option B, next round is gonna have more choices that have negative traits. So this is like a balancing scale. Do you want to take your good traits now, or do you want to take your good traits later? A little bit. But at the same time, being empathetic and having social awareness, who knows if these same traits will appear later on, right? Will Taba learn to have empathy and social awareness as they get older? Maybe. But it's like, it's just like how... Yeah, I think everyone can learn to be more empathetic and socially aware as they get older, but definitely learning that at an older age, it can be a struggle, right? It could be like, oh, when you're young, did you not have empathy and social awareness? Or like, I guess these are really good traits to have at a really young age. I guess this is like a boon, and it could make your life a little easier. But yeah, it's like, I guess it's like, you know, choosing, if you don't take these traits at the young age, it's like, oh, like maybe it could be a bit of a struggle to get along with other kids. Maybe, like in this case, maybe you're shy. This is more confusing than Detroit Become Human. Oh, interesting. I never played that game before. Don't you worry though. I think it's inevitable that this is a little confusing, simply because I don't know if I've seen anyone else do something like this before. So, because we're paving new ground to a certain degree, I think it's reasonable for things to be a little confusing or like not very streamlined at first. That's just kind of how it is. Definitely want to make it as understandable as possible though. Let's just hope I can do it. Let's just hope. Okay, there's that, and then nice. Okay. Good. Oh shoot, that's the wrong tone. Okay, this one. Probably. Okay. Let's see, so this shot is this shot. So let me go ahead and just copy paste this probably. This is the shot. Okay, so I wanted to have like a couple frames. I'm just like messing with it a bit. Let's see. There's that. Right here. The disparity between the two drawings. Yeah, going from Going from this to that. Oh, you know. Oh, you know. Okay. Maybe for here, it could be a little bit this. Yeah, if you're so close, dude. Okay. And then ooh, and then okay. You see how I want this to go. We're gonna copy paste all of these again. And there's gonna be another and here. Is it almost dinner time for any of you guys? If so, what are you having for dinner? I'm having more of my tomato omelet. Tomato eggplant omelet? Tomato eggplant and fish that I made this afternoon. Why did I say omelet? I think in my brain somehow the place where I put eggplant is in the same cabinet as an omelet, and I'm not sure why. I feel like in my brain somehow eggplant is categorized under an O. Like it starts with an O in my brain, which doesn't. Tomato omelette. Taba does not have dog legs, but Taba has bird legs. I think I decided to have the bottoms of the feet not be talons only because I'm like, I feel like that's kind of hard to make with dough. I mean, you can make it, but I wanted these caricatures to look very like, the limbs to look very round. Kind of how like our gingerbread men don't have feet, they have little stubs. I was like, I think to keep the style consistent, I don't know if this person would have, I don't know if they would have gotten talon feet. Probably just like stub feet. Tomato omelette. Tomato omelet. That seems maybe kind of tasty. Oh, pork chop with sweet potatoes! Wait, that sounds so good! What the... Sounds so good. Spoon. Spoon. Hold on, I'm gonna like hold something with my left hand. Okay, so that's how it looks like when you hold. Okay. I love using my own hand as reference. Yippee! Okay. Hey, sweet potatoes are so nice. What is your guys' preferred way to eat sweet potatoes? Like, I love just like air frying them. They're so tasty. I like air frying them. I like not air frying them is really good. I like air frying them. I think like, you know, if you get them, what do you call it? If you steam it? I think they're also pretty good steamed. I know they sometimes wrap them in aluminium and then they steam it. That's like a thing they do, right? Aluminum? Why did I say aluminium? I feel like some people pronounce it aluminium, like a tomato kind of situation, maybe. Aluminium. Aren't my OCs already spiritually modeled after me? Why not model them physically after you? Interesting. Do you mean like... Oh! With like the referencing my hand? Okay, yeah. I see. Yeah, totally. I feel that. Just like, oh, I love a little sweet reference. Oh, the British say it like that. Okay. You love making sweet potato into ice cream? Wait, that sounds so good. Oh, yummy. Sweet potato. Okay. Copy paste. Yes. Oh, I have accidentally... Did I not copy this one? Copy and then paste. Okay. Sweet potato ice cream. What the heck? That sounds so good. Yeah, I could see this being that, and then... So what Taba's doing here is Taba is like helping to carve out the last bit. I'm gonna make it like a bit of a smooth... I'm gonna cheat it a little bit. I don't want to animate too much here. I want pie now. Pie's so good. This keeps happening. Oh, to have some tasty pie. There we go. Okay. You know what? I think I need this to be a little bit more in frame. Otherwise, it's like too big of like a visual jump, maybe. Boop, boop. Stab it in, and then for this frame, I already want them to both be like hoisting the object up. Oh my gosh! Wait, if you make sweet potato ice cream, please take a picture of it! Oh my goodness, that sounds so tasty! Oh my goodness, Rotary. I will be eagerly awaiting your photos. La-di-da, I'm so happy right now. Oh, we can just reuse this pose. I'm just gonna reuse it. We're back, baby. I love reusing a good pose. I love reusing it. Okay, wait, maybe I can completely reuse it. It looks kind of weird. Wait. Okay. I know how to fix this. We need this spoon to look like it's going. We need to change the perspective ever so slightly. So let me just go ahead and shift it a little bit. We're changing the perspective of it. It's more like this way now. I feel like maybe for this one, the finger needs to be a little bit more like this. We would maybe see less of these guys. Okay, like that. Oops, did I? Okay, there we go. And then you finally will be moved a little bit. Okay. lift it a bit. This is exciting. This is very exciting. Yeah, I've really skipped a lot of steps here in the animation, but you guys get what I'm you guys get what I mean. I love skipping steps in animation. Clumps of jam, maybe? And then I have to make sure the dough reflects that the chunk has been taken out. Oop, oop, oop. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Here too, just like a big old chunk is gone now from the dough. You get the vibe? Yeah, I'll just leave it for now. This is maybe too swift. I don't know. Part of me is just like... I'll ruminate on it. Maybe tomorrow when you look at this shot, it'll be a little bit different. I'll ruminate on it. Let me make sure the lines are connected enough for the matte layer to take hold. Yeah. Hit me with it. Alright. How I design a consistent house layout? Yes. This house layout, I have a 3D model of it. I don't have it open right now, but I've modeled out the house. Hey, don't worry about it. There will be some changes by the time you see this tomorrow. I think I'm gonna just cut out a few frames here. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yev. I'm gonna do like one frame of Yev, I think. can I reuse this? You know what? I'm gonna reuse this as Hiev. I'm gonna... I can reuse this. There's enough here for me to reuse. Let me make sure the eye shapes are consistent. I think this works. And then we could do this. I need to maybe do better thumbnail stages because I'm just like, I had to erase too much to draw Hiev. Taba wasn't as much of a problem, but Hiev, that was a lot of erasing just now. Okay, this might be good enough. Oh wait, no. You have your nose, your snout is yet so small still. Is their name Hiev? It's Hiev is how you spell it. What do you put BG? Oh, haha, my bad, like this. Yeah, there won't be a rope because they're both leaning forward. Okay, yeah. Sorry, not a rope. The rope won't be in front of them because they're both leaning forward. Okay, this one, I have hopes that it will be easier for me to draw over. I'm realizing that in some of these frames, I'm like, oh, I'm giving these characters really vertical and narrow eyes. I'm like, oh, this is very Sonic now that I look at this. I'm like, ah. Honestly, the Sonic influence is very strong. They have Sonic eyes, they do! You can't unsee it now. They have Sonic eyes. You can't unsee it. They're so narrow, especially this one. Even in this frame, right? Let me see the earlier ones too. This one's a little bit not as bad. This one's more like in the realm of anime still. This one too, these are all anime. But I think just the way I keep drawing Hiev's eyes is very like, very Sonic. Okay, I need to shrink. I need to shrink Hiev's eyes slightly. I'm like, oh, these are getting huge. These like Sonic level huge eyes. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just like, oh, I think this is inconsistent with some of the previous frames I've drawn of Hiev. Okay, that looks consistent-ish. I've made this too sharp. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, you guys. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like, why are they not? So in Storyboard Pro, if you move between frames, it will keep you in the same layer name. So I was like, why am I not in the Hiev layer? And I was like, oh, I had misnamed this layer. I didn't call it Hiev. Like, where's the Hiev layer? Oh, oh. And then I could maybe even just copy the body. Sure, I'm like, it's covering it, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know if we need these. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm just gonna have Hiev be like, what the? And then I'm gonna transition to... So what this frame is that... it's gonna be the plate. This is the plate. And then we need like a shadow. But first, let me put this here. How these two meet? So their parents are friends. In fact, Kiev's parent is pack mates with one of Taba's parents. And this is actually their first meeting. And their parents are like, we're gonna set up a play date with these kids. This is Taba's first memory of like interacting with another kid their age. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of copy paste this over here. Oops. Okay. That looks fine. Success. I think the event was earlier. Friendship pies rarely happen day one. This is more like... So this pie was not made by them? Their parent made this pie. Would you say this is a friendship pie? I want to say this is less like a friendship pie and more like this is a pie that Hiev's parent made in hopes that they can become friends. It's very much like I think this gives a little insight into Hiev's parent's personality, but Hiev's parent is very much like very hopeful. Like, oh my gosh, maybe our kids could be friends. Like that's kind of like their personality. It's like, it's a little bit much, but that's just kind of how they are as a person. Yeah, they're holding hands, yeah. Yes, this is this is their parents' wish. You're telling me they're holding hands? I'm like, yes, they are holding hands. It's definitely cringe. I'm not saying Hiev's parent is not cringe. In fact, I would argue that Hiev's parent is very cringe. But it's like, it's a very like, it's very earnest. It's very like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what if our What if our kids become friends? Here, I'm gonna make a pie. It's like, oh, you've decorated the pie as like our kids being friends. And then yes, I think this definitely speaks more to Hyev's parents' personality, I'd say. But maybe I could like cast a shadow a little bit bigger. And then the spoons would be like this. It's both very sweet and cringe. Yeah, it's so cringe. I think Hyev's parent is pretty cute because I'm imagining what they would do if you said to their face, "You're so cringe." I think they would be like, I think the response would be like, "You think I'm cringe?" I feel like Hyev, in terms of personality, no, yeah, I don't know. I'm still cooking a little bit for Hyev's other parent and stuff, but yeah, the parent here is very very cute. I meant cringe in a good way. They would respond like this. They would be like, "Oh my gosh, Rotary, you're so funny." This is how they would respond. They'd be like, "Oh my gosh, ha!" So it's like, "You're always calling me cringe." Little crumbs. Like that? Is this how crumbs? No, crumbs tend to kind of cluster together, right? So there's a little bit here. I think there would be like a little bit of a like this. A successful landing. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and make this. A little bit more like. I've made this. I've made this too big. Hold on, I need to fix this. Okay. It would be like this, the inside of the bowl, like the bowl? The plate bowl, one of those plate bowls. I wish I had more plate bowls. I think I mentioned this last time, but I'm just like, this is such a cool idea like something in between a plate and a bowl. I would like to have one. As someone who eats a lot of like non-soupy foods, but then will sometimes finish it off with a soup, this could be huge. This could be huge for me. This could be game-changing. Those exist? Yeah, this is like one of those. This is what they're using. Like a soup plate hybrid. I've seen them. I just don't own any. I'm just like, this is actually a item I would love to purchase at some point. Pasta bowls? I'm searching this up right now. Pasta bowls? Pasta bowls. Oops. What the mate, yo? I clicked on something and everything vanished. 1 second. I bring you back. Okay. We're back! I'm like, what? Okay, hold on. Pasta bowl. Pasta bowl. Ooh. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like pasta bowls. This is great. I'm a fan. I feel like I see these a lot in restaurants. A plate full of sweet potato ice cream. Yummy! I'm fighting against time, desperately trying to eat it before it melts to a point that becomes too hard to scrape off the plate. Pasta bowl. Oh my goodness, safe landing, yippee! Control C, Control V. Oh, and I get to just copy paste this. Yes! 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 Okay. I'm very excited. I'm so hecking excited. Okay, this will be, I'll put this in red so that I can kind of like get an idea for how I want this all to be posed out. Wow, we might just finish the second one too! Oh, yippee! I'm frothing, I'm excited. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm yowling. To give you a sample of my yowling, it's arr, arr. That's me yelling. Hold on. You've never heard me make you never heard me yowl? That's my victory yowl. Sorry, I'll stop. So I'm looking at him and I'm just like, this is like my face when I visit someone's house for the first time. My first impression is I think there's some kind of lame like loser, but then they help me. Thinking they're some kind of scrub. That's how Hiev sounds like. No, that's not how Hiev sounds like. When I go to someone's house and I think they're some kind of scrub. Just like a real lame-o. But then they helped me with this thing I was struggling with. Maybe they're not so bad after all. Maybe I was too hasty in my judgment. What on earth is that voice? What, you don't like it? What, you don't like my voice? You don't like my voice? You hate my voice? Look, I'm so sad even my hair is drooping. Hold on. I must look even more PN. I'm crying? Big fat tears? It sounds familiar? Wait! That's familiar? Oh, hold on. I'm gonna like delete this little bit from the bowl. Okay. And then... Let me... Okay. This should do it. I love drawing Taba's hair. It's very fun every time. Okay, there we go. That seems about right. And let me just fix... I think this line was too thick. This is gonna have to be a real stretch. It's gonna be something like this, and then like that. Closest you got is the gibberish cartoons. I see. Yeah, I could see that. I think that's a very like cartoon voice. Man, this is like a real stretch for Taba. This is like something like this, honestly. And then oops, I hit my mic stand. I think, you know, this just feels right to me. I think similar to how when you lean really far in one direction, sometimes you like stick your leg out to help you balance, or like you find some way to balance yourself. I think this is the equivalent of that. Because your wing ultimately is just like another limb, right? So I think it would be just a little bit of balancing like this. Just a little bit of like, whoa! Was it this color? I think it was this color. Color? This shade? I think it was that shade. Please. Oh my gosh, even the... even this... No. Goodbye. You may or may not have made me sad. Yeah. Aren't you going to take responsibility? Okay. And then this is going to be them settling back. And being like, hello. I think this is very much a moment of like, hello, are we good now, or? Rotary. Oh my gosh, yeah, can you believe it? Lucky made me PN? Okay, so let me see. I think the best thing to do here. So that's where they are. I think when they sit down, they would be like down here, I think, if I remember. Ooh. Let me try to bring back one of their sitting poses. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this frame. I'm gonna bring it over here just for reference. So that now when I do onion skin, I can kind of see... Oh, it's so vague, but it's somewhere here. Okay. Have you seen that one post where people are saying like, yeah, Anime side profiles are just like cat side profiles. That's what I think about all the time when I'm doing anime profiles these days. I'm just like, yeah, I gotta make it like really cat-like. The more cat-like it is, the bigger the success. Wait, this face looks really small though. Wait, I think it's too small. Hold on. Because it's like... Yeah, it's gotta be like... More. 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 Okay, that seems about right. The key to success is Nekos and Kakarals. You're so right. Ooh, I need to actually fix this. I think I need Hiev to be like sitting down at this point. So I need to lower Hiev a little bit. Hiev, you're leaning up too much. Sit down, please. Is this right? Maybe even lower? I want Hiev to be sitting only so that I can transition to this shot more easily. Where they're like looking at each other. I can just... I can just barely see. Okay, here's where the eyes are. Oh, I need to match the proportions though. Oh boy. Okay, let's see here. It was up here. Something like this. Here, and then... Okay, even the eyes and the face are too small. Bigger. Bigger. Also, I think this is the last frame, you guys. Oh, I want to keep going, but alas. I gotta go eat dinner soon. Okay. Okay, one more time. Okay, I'm gonna copy paste this. Maybe move it a bit over. I'm checking Taba's hair poofiness. This is sufficient poof. Just to be safe. More poof. And here we go. With that, I think this frame is done. Wow. I like option 2. I like option 1. I like option 1 too. I like option 1. I like option 2. They're all very fun. I will not say which one you should vote for. But yeah. Oh, I'm excited. I rub my hands together. Alright, thank you guys for sticking around for so long. We got so many boards done. Got so many. We got like 1, 2. I mean, these are easier frames, granted, but still, I'm like, wow, we did it. This is like, I'm gonna count how many we've done. There's 2 here. So I'm changing the colors to green. Just to kind of like help me see how much we've done. Wow, we've done so much today. Bro! No way, dude, we've done so much. Yeah, I believe these were from last week. So let me go ahead and mark these down as from last week. I'm gonna set them back to default color. Whoa, we did so many! Like what, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 19, 24, 25, like 25 frames! Wow. Yippee! Yippee yippee! Alright, Thank you for dropping by. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, alrighty. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.